Do the Democrats know? Like,
I mean, yeah. Is there anyone who's ignorant about it, do you think? I guess this doesn't really matter. Who cares? But yeah.
no, I mean, I think like you can singularize it to Democratic politicians, but also the Democratic politicians exist in a media ecosystem, right? Like if you're a booker or a producer on a cable network, you're like, all right, what's going to attract the biggest audience right now, today, or 15 minutes in the future? Like, just say like abortion, or Trump is accusing them of Trump is they're anti-Catholic because they don't like.
Right.
You're making a decision that's sort of baked in. You're not thinking through this. And, so the Democrats like, how do I get on TV? How do I make this argument? And again, it's not to say that like Amy Barrett's threat to overturning Roe v. Wade isn't important. I mean, it is a hugely important issue. But it's also to say that like, if you're a Democratic politician running for office, most of your big money donors have no problem with and or support abortion rights, but almost none of your big money donors want you to be talking about, workers can sue an employer for overtime. Right. So you don't want to talk about things that like offend the people who are writing you big checks. And so essentially then you get a politics that's stripped out all economic class issues. And then we're only talking about civil rights and civil liberties and again, important issues, but you've taken away from the confirmation process the set of business and corporate issues that is actually what the Supreme Court is mostly doing. So you have a confirmation hearing that's about a small handful of albeit important issues that are not mostly what the actual job entails.
Right. And also, if you care about those issues, right, and if the goal is to defeat the person because you care about abortion rights, you care about reproductive rights, you care about LGBTQ rights, you care about affirmative action, you would want to do whatever you could to defeat that person, right?
Well, sure.
If you have someone who's mad about those things, then emphasize the stuff that people will
100%.
not like about.
I mean, look, the amazing thing to me is that, and we wrote about this last week, which is that, a bunch of Senate candidates have said they don't want to talk about expanding the court, right? They've been, I oppose, I'm, John Hickenlooper out here in Colorado, the Democratic Senate candidate in North Carolina, it's horrible that they're going to move forward this nomination, and then, well, do you support expanding the court if she's appointed? No, I don't want to talk about it. It's some version of I don't want to talk about that, or actually, no, I don't support expanding the court. And to me, the crazy thing about that answer, I don't want to talk about it or no, is that what are you actually defending, right? What this number 9 doesn't make any sense, in the sense that it's not sacred. It's not. Right. It's not like, written
999 RIP Herman Cain just made me think of that, but yeah.
It's not like written in the Bible or the Torah or anything. It's like 9 is a number that was settled on because of legislation. You can change that. Lower courts have 25 judges and they do a rotating thing for different cases, right? I mean, like 9 is like, when did 9 judges become like the 10 Commandments, right? That doesn't make any sense. And the point is that the easiest answer to that question, do you support packing the court? Ridiculous. Do you support that? The answer should not be about process. It should be about values, which is to say, do you support packing the court, expanding the court? The answer isn't, I support packing or not packing. Process. The answer should be, I support anything that makes sure a woman's right to choose is protected, that makes sure labor rights are protected, that makes sure, insert whatever issue, the ACA is protected, whatever issue you want to insert. That the Democrats, what we've learned in this process so far, they are so devoted to current norms and standards and processes above and beyond actual values and issues.
Right.
And the Republicans are the opposite.
Right.
They are committed to the values that I disagree with entirely, but they are committed to the values and convictions and issues regardless of norms and standards and processes. So for a Democratic candidate, do you support packing the court? The answer should be, I will support anything if it's expanding the court, whatever it is, to protect a woman's right to choose. The fact that their default answer is, I don't support packing the court, it's too scary, I don't want to talk about packing the court. It's like, so the thing that you hold sacred is the existing process, which is an artificial norm. The thing that you don't hold sacred is the value. Right. And that's the thing that this whole process is exposing. Because to me, like, not that candidates make different decisions and but whatever, but like this shouldn't even be a hard question. Like, I don't care if you're in the reddest of red states, right? Like, if you're running as a Democrat, do you support expanding the court? Amy Barrett may overturn Roe. The answer is, I will support, if expanding the court protects a woman's right to choose, then I support that. Like, I would support anything to protect that right. The end. That's not a hard answer.